Hello and welcome to the chat, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, we would like to know a lot more about what BSE Sammaan is and what purpose does it serve.
Sure. So BSE Sammaan was set about a year ago. It's a partnership between CII and IICA, and essentially it's an online marketplace that brings corporates and NGOs together. We have launched in our first phase, which is listing about 800 odd NGOs as a part of the database, and we are now reaching out to corporates to help them in selecting the right causes, the right reasons, and investing in these NGOs. Right? That's the basic idea behind BSE Sammaan.
So how do you go about connecting NGOs and companies using your portal?
So what happens is that we get NGOs. We have tied up with 4 partners: Help Your NGO, Dasra, Credibility Alliance, and ISRN. These entities help us onboard NGOs and verify NGOs through a basic checklist that we have established. Once an NGO has been approved on the platform, then it's open for companies to invest in. Along with listing an NGO, we also list projects where the NGO is looking for funding. A corporate that is wishing to invest in a particular cause or in a particular region, as I was saying, can log into the website. It can search for those causes, search for specific NGOs if they know about an NGO that they want to invest in, and get to know about the projects that these NGOs want to avail funds in. Right? And once they have made a decision to invest in a particular NGO or a particular cause, then we can supply them with assistance in terms of tying up with the NGO and moving forward with their investments and tracking their investment and how they're performing.
So it will be not limited to just connecting them, but further taking through the actual cause.
The whole journey, right? And as a first phase, we have launched the website, the portal, which allows companies to search for NGOs and search for causes. As a subsequent phase, we are looking to also tie up with other partners that will help the corporates in the remaining journey.
Now, in this entire mission, how do you ensure that there is transparency and also verification of NGOs done?
So it's a very good question, Pooja. There are actually, and it's not a simple question to answer. What we are doing is a basic health check of the NGO before it gets listed on the platform. As a part of that health check, we make sure that they have a good track record, that there are no negative news about them, that the projects that they're listing are actually projects they have done in the past or have shown capability of doing it. In terms of moving forward, we expect the corporate to do some level of due diligence about the project, but we also are tying up with partners that can help the corporate to verify whether the NGO is capable of delivering on the promises they're making, and also on an ongoing basis monitoring and reporting of the project, so that it's not just a one-time assessment of the NGO, but there's an ongoing assessment of the NGO's work.
That's I think keeping a check on
Yeah.
throughout. If you can tell us what is the number of NGOs currently registered with the portal?
Sure. So we have approximately 850 NGOs that are registered with the portal, who have listed about 970 projects that add up to about 1,500 crores of funding requirement. Right.
And how do you plan to expand horizons in terms of numbers of NGOs, in terms of corporate speakers?
So, like I was saying earlier, we have tied up with these 4 companies: Help Your NGO, Dasra, Credibility Alliance, and ISRN. These cover pretty much all of India in terms of the NGOs they onboard. Just to give you an idea, as of March 31st, we had about 750 NGOs. So we are constantly growing the database of NGOs we have, and these companies help in reaching out to NGOs as well as NGOs that evince interest in being listed. They help them getting onboarded.
Yes, so also plan to add up to the categories or causes you have?
Yes. So we are looking at, so to your point, one is geographical reach of the NGOs, right, which we are covering. We have NGOs listed all the way from Mizoram, Assam in the east, all the way to Maharashtra and Gujarat on the west, Jammu and Kashmir in the north, and Chennai and Tamil Nadu and Kerala in the south. We are also looking to tie up with other partners that may have specific focus in specific causes or specific regions, who will also help us getting a larger amount of NGOs on board.
Now, how was this, an idea came up to have a portal like this?
The basic idea of the portal came up at the BSC about 2 years ago. It was a fallout of the Companies Act 2013, and in our experience in dealing with corporates, we got the sense that corporates are not very sure of where to invest and also not very sure of who to invest with, primarily because there was a lot of negative news about NGOs in the recent past, with several NGOs being banned by the government. So the idea was to build a platform that will help corporates in reaching out to trusted NGOs that they could work with, right? And also implicit in that decision of launching this platform was to try and build an ecosystem that will nurture CSR investments. So you're not just restricted to the Companies Act, but you're also building an ecosystem that will help the entire CSR space to develop.
Do you think we need stricter monitoring in terms of, currently what we have is the government asks the corporate companies to abide by the rules of spending 2%. If at all they have not been able to spend, all they are asked to tell the reasons. Do you think there should be maybe some penal act?
You know, it's a very good question, and my experience tells me that what if the government does more than what they've done, it will be like a cess or a service tax, which would be detrimental, because what you want is that the CSR has to grow because corporates want to do it rather than them being forced
to do it.
And that way the money will go in the right places where you want it to, rather than a company just writing a check and fulfilling their obligation.
Correct. Thank you so much for talking to the CSR Journal. It was indeed really great. Thank you, sir.